Hello everybody, this is week 5 lecture summaries for bu1003 and bu1903. Last week we talked about firm's cost of production. This week we are gonna put firms into market. We have 4 types of market: perfect competition, perfectly competitive market, monopoly market, monopolistic competitive market, and oligopoly. We're going to cover 2 types of markets this week, which is perfect competition and monopoly. Perfectly competitive. Okay, what do we mean by perfectly competitive market? A perfect competitive market has 3 features. First, many small sellers and buyers. So each seller, each buyer is very small. So they have a negligible influence on the market equilibrium. There's no market power. Products homogeneous. So the product, your firm's product is actually the same as my product. Free entry and exit. So in the long run, firms or consumers, they can enter or leave the market freely. The implication of this is that in long run, firm profit pie must be 0, because if firms earn positive profit, there will be more firms enter the market, drive down the profit. Or if firms earn economic loss, negative economic profit, some firms will leave the industry and raise the profit. Okay, our main problem is that if I'm a firms in a perfectly competitive market, then how many output should I produce such that I maximize my profit? So that's the main problem. We want to find the solutions. So we want to maximize the profit by choosing quantity output here. Profit that is total revenue, take away total cost. And the revenue I can earn is, for 1 unit output, I sell at price P. Altogether, I produce Q units, take away total cost. In order to solve this problem, in order to find out what is my optimal labor output, then we can think in terms of margin. Basically, there are 2 important tools here. First one is marginal cost, which is, as we covered last week, which is the extra cost that I need to pay if firms want to produce extra cost to produce extra 1 unit output. Second tool we need is called marginal revenue. So it's the extra revenue to sell extra one unit output as my margin revenue. Note that in the perfectly competitive market, I'm small relative to the market, so I can sell as many as I want at the market price. So if I want to sell another unit output, then the actual revenue I get is just the price, market price. So in the perfectly complete market, margin revenue is equal to price, market price. Okay. Okay, let's try to solve these problems graphically. So just choose a different color. So for firms, I have average cost curve, U-shape typically, average variable cost, and a marginal cost curve, which cuts through the minimum point of average cost and average variable costs. Suppose the price, the market price is at this level. So that's the price. So which you should know that this is also your margin revenue curve that the firm is faced with. So now I'm going to think in terms of margin. So I'm going to think this way. Should I produce the first unit output? So I'm going to compare the actual cost, the marginal cost of this unit, and the margin revenue of this unit. So the actual cost to produce this unit is this many. Is this many. I can sell this unit at a market price of this many. So yes, I should produce the first unit. Clearly now the margin revenue is bigger than marginal cost. Okay. Then I'm going to think, should I produce the second unit? Again, to produce the second unit, the actual cost to me is this many. I can sell this unit at the market price of this many. So again, this is a good, it's a good idea to produce second unit output because the margin revenue is bigger than marginal cost. Oops. Similarly, repeat this exercise until this unit. Let me call this Q. This is PO, QO. A QO unit. The actual revenue of this unit is the price. This many. The actual cost is the same. So if after QO unit, if say suppose I want to produce another unit here, so QO plus 1, then to produce this unit, my actual cost is very high. It's this many. The marginal revenue is I can sell this unit at market price of just this many. So clearly it's not a good deal to produce one more unit after QO. Okay. So now we should see that the optimal level quantity is the level of quantity QO such that margin revenue is equal to marginal cost. Or the intersection, this red dot margin revenue curve and this green marginal cost curve intersect with each other. So at this point, that's where you should produce. Okay. Now, look at the picture here. So what is my profit? So we know that profit is total revenue minus total costs. And to produce QO unit, sell them in the market at PO dollars per unit. So the total revenue will be this triangle, this rectangle. Let me use orange. Okay. Total cost. Where's the total cost in the picture? Let me use red. Okay. So to produce QO unit, each unit, what's the average cost? To go from then to get the average cost, go from QO up to the average cost curve, then read out average cost. So that's average cost. So QO units, each unit costs you this many dollars to produce. So the total cost is this rectangle. Okay. So the difference between total revenue and total cost. This area, let me use another. This one. That's the profit. So in these cases, this firm is making a positive economic profit. Okay, so now let me redraw one diagram. Average cost, average variable cost, marginal cost. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to vary the price and see how firm respond. Suppose initially price level is at this level. Let's call this PO. And firm's best optimal level output is MR equal to MC. So this is actually MR. Okay. Oh. So and the intersection point of MR and MC. So which the firms want to produce QO. Okay, and we know that this firm is making positive profit. Okay, now let me reduce. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna vary the price level, or vary the marginal revenue of the firms. Let me use another color. Suppose, say the price is this many. For some reason, drop to this many. P1. Definitely, MI equal to, still follow the rule of MI equal to MC. Quantity drop. Okay, keep dropping. Say at this level. Erase the purple one. So call this green one P1, Q1. Okay, so now at P1 and Q1, you should know that now total revenue is this green rectangle, and total costs, or if you go from Q1 up to average cost, you read out the average cost. So you find that we can see that now profit at P1 firm's economic profit is zero. So which means if I keep cutting the price, and firm's best response again is still follow MI equal to MC. However, now firms is going to make a loss. Then here comes the question: will firms keep producing, or will firm producing nothing? Because now it's making loss. In order to answer this question, okay, let me just erase some from here, otherwise it becomes too messy. In order to answer this question, if firm is making loss, negative profit, should the firms keep producing, or should firm producing nothing? If firm producing nothing, we call that these firms shut down. Okay, so let's say price at this level, firm follow MI equal to MC. That's Q1. So now total revenue is this green rectangle. To get the total cost, we find the average cost first. Go from quantity up to the average cost. Read out the average cost. So average cost is this rectangle. So it's economic loss. Okay, so this firm is making loss. Should this firm shut down or produce zero output? The answer is no. To see this, let's go from quantity up to the average variable cost. So we find out average variable cost. So this light green, average variable cost or total variable cost is this light green rectangle. So now we find that the total revenue can still cover variable cost. In this situation, you will keep producing. You still, even though you are making a loss, you will still produce output. And we call this. Okay, let me draw one picture again, and one diagram again. Otherwise, it quickly become too messy. So at this point, if price is at this level, so now the firm is making loss, but the total revenue can still cover the variable costs. So now, in deciding whether should the firm produce some output, or should the firm just simply shut down, the fixed cost is sunk from at this point in time. Is sunk because you cannot recover it, no matter whether you decide to produce or not to produce. Okay, so now fixed cost is irrelevant in deciding whether to produce or not to produce. Let me keep cutting down the price, pushing down the price. Say if price at this level, the minimum point, then P1, Q1. So now this marginal revenue curve and the marginal cost curve intersect at the minimum point of average variable cost. So now total revenue is just equal to variable cost. Total revenue just cover the variable cost. So in these cases, if price keep dropping, then the total revenue will not be able to cover the variable cost. Then you are going to shut down. You are going to produce nothing. So this point is a shutdown point. We call it shutdown point. Okay, so now you should see that firm's supply curve in the short run firm's supply curve in the short run is this marginal cost curve above the shutdown points. Is this. In the short run, is this marginal cost curve about the shutdown point. Okay. Now let's combine the firm diagrams with the market diagram. Put them together. So in the market, there's a downward sloping demand curve. There's a supply curve. The supply curve, upward sloping. You should know that this supply curve is each firm's is the sum of each individual firm's supply curve. And market equivalent is PO, big QO. So for firms, from firm's perspective, each firm is faced with marginal revenue curve of this many PO. And let's starting with the long run equivalent. So that's average cost, marginal cost, and given the marginal revenue, given the price level, market price level, firm produce at little QO, this many, and the number of firms in the market is big QO divided by little QO, or the market equivalent output, level output is each firm's output multiplied by number of firms in the industry, in the market. And note that I'm starting from a situation where each firm earns 0 economic profit. And this is actually the long run equivalent, because in the long run, firms will earn 0 economic profit. So we describe the equivalent, market equivalent, together with the firm diagram. So now let's say something happened. So demand, for some reason, demand increase. Demand increase. So demand shift to the left. Equivalent move from A here to from B. We see that equivalent price goes up. Equivalent quantity, market quantity goes up as well. So now for firms, marginal revenue, price goes up. Firms responds by still following MI equal to MC. MI is the new price. MC is here. So that's Q1. So in the short run, firms, given that the market demand shift to the right increases, so firms respond and the equilibrium prices goes up. Firms respond by increasing their output. And now firm is making profit of this level. So total revenue is this. Total cost, you go, is this big rectangle. Total cost, you go from quantity up to the average cost, read out the average cost, get the total cost here. So this area is profit. This firm is making a positive economic profit. Okay, let's show run. As time passes by, because we know that this is a perfectly competitive market. So there's a free entry and exit. So if there are positive economic profit, if say I observe firms in the market that all earns a positive economic profit, then I'm going to enter the market. Okay, so as more firms enter the market, then this supply curve will shift to the right because now there are more supply now. Now the question is, shift by how much? To answer this question, know that what is driving this firm entry? It is the economic profit. So this economic profit is driving more firms entering the market. So as long as there is a positive economic profit, more firms will continue and to enter the market. So it must be that this shift of the supply curve must be such that the equilibrium price goes back to its original level. The market equilibrium price go back to its original level, such that each firms earn zero economic profit. Such that each firm zero economic profit again. Okay. So this is what happened in the long run and in the short run and the long run. Okay. And we can use this market diagram and the firm diagram to analyze the change of the market and the firm's response. For these particular examples, I am analyzing the impact of the demand side shock. You can also, as an exercise, you can also, if there's a supply side shock, say there's a new technology such that the cost of production goes down. What's going to happen? Or there's oil shock that increase the cost of production. What's going to happen? So make sure you practice by yourself.